Behind this fence lies the Fürstenfeldbruck refugee camp. Reporters are not allowed inside, so four of the residents meet us here. Because they fear reprisals from the authorities, they wish to remain anonymous.
You go to the bathroom and notice that about 50 or even 100 people are using the same toilet. Infections are everywhere. If I want to see a doctor, I have to get up at around 1 in the morning and get in line. But when the clinic opens, 50 people are already there. And the doctor, he only treats 20 a day. How can you survive? We're asking Germany, please help us here.
Moses fled Nigeria because of religious persecution. He's been living in the camp for a year and a half, together with his wife and child.
You see the toilet?
One of his friends shows us footage shot inside the camp. Up to 8 people in one room. Showers and bathrooms in terrible condition, and cleaned only rarely, they tell us. When migrants leave the camp, they have to hand over their documents. Inside there's nothing to do, no one's allowed to work. Several traumatized refugees have already been committed to a psychiatric clinic. According to the refugees, there have been several suicide attempts. We wanted to take the refugees' complaints to the state government, but it wouldn't grant an interview, only this written statement. The residents of the Fürstenfeldbruck holding center are accommodated in accordance with current guidelines. On the whole, there's plenty of space at the center. The local integration commissioner rejects this assessment. Willi Drexler has visited the camp many times. He confirms the place is unfit for human habitation on a long-term basis. And he says the refugees are condemned to a miserable plight. I asked him whether standards were being upheld.
There are no standards at all. These processing centres are supposed to be uncomfortable and humiliating, to motivate those who have no real need for protection to leave the country, preferably of their own accord.
But with every month the refugees spend here, their frustration grows. Fights and protests are part of everyday life at the camp.
In the beginning, the authorities told me that this was going to be a temporary situation, but this temporary situation turned into a year and 5 months.
According to regulations, refugees should either be transferred or deported within 24 months. But groups like the Bavarian Refugee Council report this time limit is often exceeded. All the more reasons, they say, to improve conditions in the camp as soon as possible.